how does an ICE hold work, or an Immigration and Customs Enforcement immigration hold work. And so here's how this typically comes up. You have a loved one or a friend which was recently arrested for some kind of a criminal violation, and so they take him to the county jail, and then typically what people will try to do, which you shouldn't really do that, is they will try to bond out the individual. You know, they care about them, they don't want to leave them in jail, and so they try to bond them out. And so what they find out is that although they paid the bond and the quote-unquote the jail door is open, the individual is not free to leave because there's what's called an ICE hold. And so what has happened is that the county jail has asked the person about their immigration status, or has determined somehow that this person is a non-citizen, and so then they have reported this person to ICE, and so then ICE has come back saying, yeah, please detain them, we'll come and pick them up. And so what happens at that point is that the county jail has 48 hours, so they can detain a person for 48 hours until ICE comes and picks them up. And if they don't come and pick them up within 48 hours, then they can let them free to go. How is this possible? And is it legal? Unfortunately, in this day and age, it is. And the reason for it is a little known law called the 287G. And as a side note, one of my very good friends, he's a university professor and researcher. He did a lot of research on the 287Gs. And the 287Gs are agreements that are made between local authorities such as county jails and sheriff's offices, and then Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or DHS, well, Department of Homeland Security. And so then in these agreements, what happens is that the county jail gets these what's called deputized officers. So basically they're given training, a good amount of training, about a month's training from DHS, from Department of Homeland Security, on what to do with individuals that are non-citizens, or they have their status, their immigration status is in question. And so then once they get this training, and I think the DHS pays for what's required in terms of running this program internally at the jails, although I don't believe that they pay for the deputized officers themselves. They pay for the training and any other kind of transportation or other kind of requirements that are needed. And so this is how this requirement came to be, and it used to be, I don't know if that's still the case, but the 287G agreements were of two types. One was the task force model, and then the other one was the jail enforcement model. So with the task force model, what it meant was that DHS had deputized officers under its what's called Secure Communities program, where they could go and question people that were deemed non-citizen, and they could go and detain them and technically arrest them. And so that was the task and force model. That's not as much in vogue as it used to be. But on the flip side, there is the jail enforcement model, and the jail enforcement model is the one that people encounter most often, where a county jail will hold an immigrant even though they've posted bond for immigration to come and pick them up. And so ICE holds are very tricky and very hard to get rid of. And so at the very least, talk to an attorney, see what they can do on your loved one's case, and see if they can get them out, because what happens is typically they go from bond being posted, or maybe they're just being released without a bond, so then they get they're on this 48-hour waiting period when ICE the ICE bus or van comes to pick them up, and then they're transported immediately to a detention facility such as Fox and or Stewart or what have you, wherever they have spots available. And so it's important to get an attorney on the case ASAP so that they can work both on the so you have two types of law here. So number one, you have the underlying criminal violation which caused the original arrest and detention, and then you have their citizenship status, or the fact that maybe they might be out of status. Okay, and so you want typically, at the very least, one lawyer that understands both worlds, both the criminal world and the immigration world. And sometimes it's good to get two lawyers, and these are separate cases. And so the criminal case it has its own channel, and then the immigration case has its own channel, and then they converge together. So thank you for watching. If you like the comment that if you like the content that we have on here, please give us a thumbs up, or write a comment if there's something that we can do either to improve, or if there's some other questions that you have. And you know, if you need any help with your immigration situation, give us a call or reach us through our website. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching.